One of the first musical memories that I have is of listening to my grandfather, and he would sing these, they're called ganans, they're like Muslim hymns almost. It would have this undulation inside of it that would tell us how the time was passing, like a pulse, and it gave me a sense that we were safe. It was a beautiful sound and memory that I think I'll carry with me forever. So I was born in Hickory, raised just outside of Raleigh, but my parents were immigrants. They were born and raised in East Africa, and before that my family was from India. So influences from all of that migration were felt in our household even as I was growing up, and sort of having this tie to these other places and these other ways of being and thinking, putting together music, which for me has always been like a form of therapy and a form of expression. Categories or genres or these things weren't ever something that I observed strictly because I never fit into those boundaries anyways. That was beautiful to me, and so my music, like my being as a person, is hybrid. To kind of find a way of expressing this sort of very hybrid personhood that I was coming into, as a teenager. I was led by some teachers to music of John Coltrane and Thelonious Monk, both of whom are from North Carolina. Like, you can just hear 2 seconds of a recording of either of them and immediately know who it is. It's so distinct and idiosyncratic, but not because it's trying to be different or trying to push people so much as it is just this beautiful, whole, sincere, honest expression of a person's perspective and a person's story, and the way that that music was formed, in a historical context, in the face of immense backlash and negative kind of pressure. It's a very inspiring and very American art form, and it's something that I carry with me always as like the pinnacle of inspiration. When I was in college, I also just realized that so much of what I was interested in about music was about connection. It was about empathy. Like when we hear a sound, there's a part of our brain that is imagining the human sort of actions that led to that sound being created. With an interest in improvised music, I was curious about how we behave in conditions where there's risk or uncertainty. And that was one of the things that, getting more exposed to cognitive neuroscience and the kinds of research that people do in that field influenced me and was something that I wanted to be around. Music and the psychological and cognitive and behavioral sciences are interested in what makes us think, what makes us feel, and how we connect to each other. It's a tremendous honor to be invited to present our music here at the North Carolina Museum of Art on this bill with musicians who all in diverse and beautiful ways represent the great breadth of what North Carolina music kind of exists as out in the world. And I feel so lucky every time I'm asked to play here. It's indescribable how stepping off the plane and just smelling the air here brings me back to so many beautiful and formative memories that shaped who I am and shaped the music that I make. So to be able to share it here with all of you is really special.